What's up guys, my name is Kelvin Wiley and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be rehousing my baby Vinegaroon that I got from bugsandcyberspace.com. Now if you didn't watch my recent video where I did an unboxing video, that is the Vinegaroon that I got from Bugs and Cyberspace that I will be rehousing in this video. And so without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so here is the baby Mastigoproctus giganteus, the giant Vinegaroon that I got from Bugs and Cyberspace. Now, this video honestly should not be very long because making an enclosure for a Vinegaroon, especially a baby one, is fairly easy and does not take much time. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to grab my container. I also got this from bugsandcyberspace.com. Again, if you haven't watched that unboxing video, I highly recommend you go and check it out. Now, before I fill this up with my substrate, I'm just going to place the Vinegaroon in this container. It's actually the container that it came in. So, here we go. Just so I have my hands free to be able to place the substrate in. And so the substrate of my choice, I am using moist topsoil, and then there's a little bit of peat moss in there as well. The peat moss is a bit dry, but you could always spray it. So I'm just gonna place that in here. Of course, when choosing a container or an enclosure, you should always make sure that it's ventilated to allow airflow to come in. Now, when it comes to Vinegaroons, especially a baby one, you're gonna want a few inches of substrate. The reason for that is because Vinegaroons, every now and then, they hibernate in a way. They go into this dormancy where they actually dig underground, and they'll remain there for several months, sometimes even longer, and will actually molt during that process. And so if you ever see that your Vinegaroon is missing in its enclosure, it's more than likely in the process of molting. And so you don't want to disturb them because, you know, they are going through a very delicate process in which they shed their exoskeleton, and so they need to be able to not be touched or harassed during that time so that they can properly and successfully molt. They're also going to be very squishy and soft after they come out from their former exoskeleton, and so any bit of touch could possibly damage them. And so yeah, if you ever see your Vinegaroon missing, just, you know, rest assured it is probably underground molting. And with that being said, you want your substrate to always remain moist, not super damp, you know, to the point where you squeeze in and water's coming out, but just, you know, moist, cool to the touch. If it's bone dry, then they're not going to be able to properly dig underground and excavate a chamber in a way for them to be able to molt. And so it's very important that you keep it moist. I'm also making sure that the substrate does not cover the air holes. I just wanted to point that out, as you can see. Oh, it's kind of, there we go. Now, Vinegaroons need a place to hide out, and so using this piece of cork bark, I'm just going to kind of fill out a corner so that I can place this cork bark on top just like that. And so the Vinegaroon, the little baby, has the option of going underneath and taking shelter whenever it needs to. And then I'm also going to place another one on the other side. It's just a piece of tree bark. So the same thing, just kind of fish out a little spot for it, and it should look like that. And then I'm just gonna place the piece of wood on top just so it's able to go underneath and hide whenever it wants to. Just like that. Now this is completely optional. Now keep in mind there is a hole in this, so this is just for demonstration and not necessarily practical use. But you can take a bottle cap, a small bottle cap, and place it in the corner of your enclosure, fill it up with water, just so your Vinegaroon has a place for it to drink water. Now, me personally, I never had to really put a water dish in the enclosure of my Vinegaroons. I mean, I've kept them for years and never had to do that. What I typically do is I just take a spray bottle, and every now and then I'll spray or mist their enclosure, and then they will drink the droplets of water that kind of build up on the surface of their enclosure walls. And so, I mean, you can, again, use a small water dish, typically a little water cap or bottle cap, whatever. But me personally, I just use a spray bottle and mist their enclosure for them to be able to drink water. So really quickly, I just wanted to share with you guys my brand new line of stickers that I have available for sale on my website. All of these are various animals that I drew on paper by hand, colored them in, and then converted them into high quality, long lasting, waterproof stickers. Just to give you a quick idea of what they look like up close, here's one of my favorite drawings that I drew of a European hornet. All of these drawings were achieved by using these markers to color them in. If you're interested in purchasing any of these stickers, you can head on over to my website, calvinwiley.net, or you can hit the link in my description, which will send you directly to my website for you to purchase them. Thank you so much to all of those in advance who end up getting one for supporting my small business. And now, back to the video. And now lastly, I am going to place the baby Vinegaroon in its new enclosure. There you go. It's already going underneath of the hide that I provided it. Alright, well that is going to conclude today's video. If you have any questions on taking care of a Vinegaroon or just anything in general, just leave your question in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. If you enjoyed the video, if you could please leave a like and a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon to turn on post notifications. That way you're alerted every time that I post a new video. Follow me on Instagram at Calvin Wiley and also on TikTok at Calvin_Wiley. Check out my website, calvinwiley.net, and I will see you guys in the next video.